Hello,
Hi,
we're back.
we're back.
We thought we kind of missed this a little bit too much, so
Yeah, we did.
we've decided we're going to come back every month to do the monthly energies.
That's right.
Yes.
And who knows, likely to change our minds
Yeah,
and do
exactly.
something else. So
We just missed it a little bit too much.
we did. So welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. We are the tarot dealers.
We are the tarot dealers.
I'm Tren and this is Lou. And between us, we've got about 50 years
Oh
experience
God, I don't even want to think
reading
about
tarot.
it.
I
Yeah,
know we're not going to talk about that, but yeah, we've got a lot of experience reading the tarot, teaching the tarot, working with the tarot,
mm.
all the tarot
All of the tarot. Yeah, all of the tarot things.
things.
So we love it. We love it a lot. We do
Yeah,
this purely because we enjoy it, not really for anything else,
yeah,
purely because we
yeah,
enjoy it. We like sharing our information and we feel that it just should be available, you know?
exactly. We like connecting with you guys because we like your
Yeah,
questions. You give us feedback. We love that.
we do love
We love
that.
that. You ask different questions, which makes us think.
That's right. We think, oh, I never thought about it like that or looked at it that way or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, very interesting.
Yes.
Um,
So we're going to talk about the August energy.
we are going to talk about the August energy. So I want to talk about, before we do that though, the build up
Oh,
into these August energies. Like,
it's been a bit of a shit show, hasn't
it's
it?
been a bit of a shit show. Like, how crazy has it been for you guys? Like, as we've got, I know for myself personally, as we've got further into the months, I've
Yeah.
personally found that emotionally, I'm moving through all these emotions
Yeah.
quite fast.
Quite fast.
Like I'm like, oh,
Exactly.
today I'm feeling this. 10
Yeah.
minutes ago, I felt that. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding.
Yeah.
It's a bit
Exactly. Yeah.
fast like that.
It's a bit of a roller coaster, isn't
It
it?
is. And you
It
know
is.
what I find really bizarre? Like often Mercury retrograde doesn't really impact me too
Yeah.
much. Like
Yeah.
I just find that technology is a bit wacky around me anyway, right? So it's just sort of become my norm. But this time around,
Yeah.
when we were in that,
Yeah.
wow, like
Yeah.
the
I found
amount of things.
the phone's not charging, or you think they're completely charged, but then you look at it and it's like connect charger.
I was really annoyed the other day, right? I love
Yeah.
my music and I love it
Yeah.
loud, right?
Yeah.
So I'm in the car and
Yeah.
I'm driving to work and I've got my music on and that's great. So I'm listening to Spotify, fantastic, right? Get out of the car, go to work, come back, get in the car. No fucking connection whatsoever. And my phone had like been deleted.
Oh,
Oh,
really? Exactly. Yes.
to the radio on the way
Oh
home.
God.
Two songs on a 40-minute drive. I'm like,
Yeah.
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 So I'm like, what is that about? Like that
Yeah.
happened. Different things like on my
Yeah.
Zoom account, I'll make little meetings
Yeah.
in there. They're all deleted out of there. I'm like,
Yeah. What's going
what's
on?
going on? I've had bizarre things
Yeah.
happen, like even the TV doing weird things, and I'm like,
Yeah.
normally this doesn't bother me. I'm not impacted. What's going on? So there's been that along with all of the emotional stuff and just watching other things happen to
Yes.
other
Other
people.
people.
And I'm like, what is this about? And sudden things too, right?
Yes.
Is what I've
Yeah.
found.
I found out of the blue things.
Out
Out
of
of
the
the
blue
blue things
things, yeah.
that you're not expecting. It's like, well, where did that come from? But again, coming back to the emotions, it's like you wake up, you're feeling really good, and then you're not.
It's just
There's
weird.
no reason for it, but you just don't feel great.
So you found that
Yeah,
too, hey?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and then half an hour later you're feeling good again. And it's like,
yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah, very interesting. And people's moods and how they would normally be is not how
It's not
they've
how, yeah.
been. And I'm like, wow.
It's like I found that, my sleep's affected. It's
Yeah.
like, one night you have a really good sleep, and the next day you're still awake at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like, what the hell?
I find if I can get to sleep and be asleep before 11, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
But if I can't, then I may as well just sit up all night
Yeah.
because I don't write it into the morning and I won't go to sleep till about three
Yeah.
o'clock. I'm like, what is that? So yeah, there's
Yeah.
that.
So anyway, yeah, there's a lot of ups and downs lately. I think the last couple of months it's been really been
Yeah.
up and down.
The last few months have been like that, but I've found particularly the lead up to these August
Yeah.
energies,
Yes.
I've found, yeah, there's just a
Yeah.
lot,
Yeah.
just a lot, and I haven't even had a chance. Like there's been probably 2 weeks of this month where I haven't really had a chance to even get into my daily card. Normally,
Yeah.
I'm doing a daily card,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like
Yeah.
haven't
Yep.
been able to do that.
Routines have thrown out the window, aren't they?
Routine. I was talking to Tren before
Yeah.
about, wasn't I, mate?
Yeah, you were,
About
but not having a routine.
not having a routine, which is like, oh, how did that happen? You know, how did I not have a routine? And I'm open to flow and
Yeah.
obviously going with what it feels like in the moment, very much so. But just the basic structure
Yeah.
of having a routine and
It's
how
just,
that
yeah.
can set the energy,
Yeah.
and just finding that for a while now, I haven't had that.
No.
And I'm like, oh, so I've been doing this free falling thing, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I don't mind change these
No,
days.
no.
Actually, quite, I
You
find
look
it
forward to them.
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
However, yeah, just the basic routine stuff and
Yes.
the coldness.
The coldness is.
I hate the fucking cold, and I will not get out of bed unless I have to, and that's contributing, right?
Yeah.
So if I need to get up and go to work, so to speak, then, I'm up fairly early and, walking my dog and doing all the things that I need to do, and then off and in that
Yeah.
structured environment and doing the do, and then coming home and pretty structured, right? And then doing what I have set up for
Yeah.
me of an evening. But whether that's clients or study or whatever the
Yeah.
heck I'm
Whatever.
doing,
Yeah.
um, that's great. But if I don't have to, like winter,
You won't.
I won't. I
Yeah.
won't. Like
Yeah.
lay in bed, and because then the routine's gone because
Exactly.
there's this and that,
Yeah.
and I'm too cold, and my little hands are frozen, and I'm like, fuck this. Have any of you been feeling like that, or is that just a me
No,
thing?
I think that's most of us. It's most of us.
Oh, let us know. Let us know
Yeah.
how that's been.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
No.
that's my lead into August.
Let's hope it starts to ease off now.
Well, we're going to find out what these cards have to say.
Yeah.
And I think, Tren, you
Yeah,
can
I'm
go
going to go
first
first.
today.
Going to go first. What do we need to know
We need to know.
for the month of August? What do we need to keep in our focus, or be more so our awareness? I think not so much focus, it's awareness. What do we
Okay.
need to be aware of coming up for August? Okay, we've got the page flying out, page of Pentacles flying out. So we'll just go from there. So, like always, I'm going to do 4 rows of 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got the page. Oh, there's 2 there. So,
Yeah, a bit of a hidden
bit of
factor.
yeah, I'd say so. It's funny because this is all mostly minor arcana. I think the past couple of months we've been having a lot of majors. Now it's mostly minor, although I don't like how we end.
Well, let's just throw another card out and
Yeah,
see
I'm
what
just going
that's
to sit.
about.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah.
So, like I said, we're starting off with the page of Pentacles. So it could be we're going into the month full of curiosity.
Mm.
What can I learn? What can I focus on? Where am I going? Because this is a new month. What's new? And then we move into the 9 of Swords. So it's like we're on a high, then we're on a low.
More of the same.
More of the same. Because we follows with the 4 of Cups. So again, it's more of the same. It's like I don't feel like I've got the energy to take on more shit.
Mm.
That's really what it's feeling like. It's like, oh my God, nothing's changing. I got really excited, but nothing is changing.
Yeah.
And then we follow that with the 3 of Wands. So it's like then it's like if you're up and you're down and you're up and you're down. It's like you're up and then you're down and you're coming back up again with that 3. It's like, okay, I'm going to plan things. Might not do it, but I'm going to plan things. And we follow it with the 2 of Pentacles. So it's like we're planning, but we're balancing.
Mm.
How am I going to do this? Now, the 2 cards that were hidden, like the Hangman was hidden under the 10 of Wands. That's what I'm saying. Lou said it was hidden. So it is. It's like because it was hidden, the hangman was hidden under the Ten of Wands, are we ignoring that we need to look at things in a different perspective?
Oh, that's a good
Are
take.
we
Yeah.
ignoring that because we've got the Ten of Wands was on that hangman? So it's like, oh, I've got too much to do. I've got just too much,
Mm.
So are we ignoring that we can take a step back and just look at it completely differently? Because then we follow with the Eight of Swords. So again, we come back to that. I'm just going to tie myself up and sit and do nothing because it's all much of the muchness. It's all the same. It's like, why keep trying? Why keep doing this? Why keep going over the same things? Why keep doing the same things? Why
Yeah,
keep thinking
yeah.
the same things when nothing changes? So we get in that rut where we just go, well, why bother? Why bother? Nothing's
Mm.
going to change. I'm just going to be in the same headspace, the same, just going around in circles. So I might as well stay here, and not push myself out of that. It's not even a comfort zone. It's more of a rut. It's like, like I'm just going to stay here and not do a bloody thing.
You're reading my card. Wow. Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
interesting, isn't it?
So the first 2 weeks are going to be a bit up and down, and it seems like we haven't completely moved out of the shit show that was the last couple of months. It's
Yeah.
like we haven't physically moved out, but I think it's very much that ending with that Eight of Swords. It's that mental side that we can't let go of. The mental side where we just go, oh, it's all too hard. I'm just going to shut the door on it on the world because it's too hard.
Yeah, and there's a lot of air energy around, isn't
Yeah,
there? So
yeah. And so then we move into the Ace of Pentacles. So it's almost, again, it comes back to maybe we sort of give ourselves a kick up the bum and go, hang on, we've got to start moving. We can't keep staying in this energy that's just bringing us down. I mean, we're the ones who can bring ourselves out.
yeah, exactly.
We have to start doing things for ourselves. And because it's followed with the Queen of Pentacles, does that mean we need to start looking after ourselves? That self-care becomes a priority.
Oh God. And I wonder here, I'm just looking
Yeah,
where the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, because they're facing each other, right?
yeah,
So the Ace is handing it to the Queen and
yeah.
she's
And she's
literally
taking
taking it.
it.
It's in her
Yeah,
lap, right?
yeah.
So I'm looking at that and wondering if we get a bit of support from the universe, because the hand being the universe,
Universe.
in
Yeah,
terms of resources. So
yeah,
your money, your energy, your body, the stuff you can touch,
exactly. Yeah,
even finance stuff. So I'm just
yeah, it is. Yeah.
wondering about that. Yeah.
And because then we followed with the Seven of Wands. So are we having to defend our decisions? Are we having to
Mm.
defend our choice of looking after ourselves? Are we, like, we've been given these gifts from the universe. Why do we need to defend it? It was the universe has given it to us. It's other people that have the issue, not you.
Mm.
So just basically with that Seven of Wands, just shut people down. It's got nothing to do with them. You're looking after yourself. You're taking care of yourself. Finally, because it's followed with the Emperor. So I think that's where your power is coming. It's like, no, I'm doing this. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing. I'm not going back into where I have just come out of. I'm not stepping back into is it the apathy where you just can't be bothered doing
Yeah.
anything? I'm not stepping back into it. I've got the universe has given me, basically the universe has handed me this golden thing on a platter. I've taken it. Why am I going to go back to, oh, no, that wasn't what I wanted, you know, because it's followed with the Queen of Wands. So it's like he's given us that energy to, I now know how to move forward, and it's that direction that we have, and we're starting to be open to more opportunities coming our way, I would say, with that Queen, which then still, it's not saying that we have to do everything because it's been handed to us. Because we've got the Two of Swords, we have to make choices. We have to bring choices in and go, how do these feel?
Yeah.
How does it feel?
It's almost like stop waiting for the
Yeah,
things to happen
yeah.
and make
Make
choice
choices.
about
Yeah,
the things that are happening.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it very much it's like what we always say. Like, how do you see? How do you feel? How do you know? And I know we're talking about cars, but this is in general.
Yeah,
If
it's a
something
life
is
skill,
coming,
isn't it? Yeah.
see it. How do you feel about it? What do you know about it? Don't. I always look at that card, the Two of Swords, as like, don't make a sudden decision because you may regret it.
Yeah.
You know, you need to think, but you need to feel it. You need to know, get more information. Yeah.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
And it's followed with the Six of Pentacles. So again, it ties in with weighing things up.
Mm.
How are you going to do this? How are you going to follow forward? Are you going to share information? Are you going to keep it to yourself? It's like, hang on. Who deserves my wisdom?
Well, yeah, there's that.
But the one that I didn't like was we end with the devil. So with the devil, it's like, yes, we can be tempted to go back, like we'll be saying, but if we go back, we're just going falling back into old habits and old patterns. Are we going to do that? Are we going to break chains, completely
Mm.
break chains from those old habits and old patterns? It's again coming back to choice. We have a choice. We can stay where we were, even though we've experienced the newness, we've experienced all this that we're working on ourselves and just go, oh, yeah, I've gone so far. No, I think I'll go back. Or I've gone so far, I'm never going back. I'm completely changing. I'm breaking chains. I'm cutting cords, if you like. And this could also be in our mind. Are we changing our thoughts? Are we not being tempted to go back into that negativity that we've come from? Yeah. And the card I added after the devil was the Eight of Wands. So it's like direction is clear now. We know where we're going. There is nothing in our way. Nothing in our way. So basically it all leads this August, looking at this, it leads to me, it's all about choice and how we are going to go forward. How,
Okay.
yeah, it's how we're going to go forward.
And take your photo.
Take my photo so you can see it.
So you can see it. Absolutely. Like I was just thinking then as you were speaking, like the last 2 weeks of um July have been full on, but I also feel that it's had more direction, even though it's
Been
kind of all over
rocky.
the place. So I
Yeah.
felt that there's been a bit more direction. So it looks like August will
It'll
continue,
continue
but there's the questioning of, like you say, the choices
the
of
choices.
what's coming up
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how you're going to feel about things and what you know about things.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And
like, is
yeah,
it what you know, or is it what you've been told and you've taken on for
somebody else,
yourself,
somebody,
right?
yeah.
So remember, you want to be discerning in the
Yeah,
information
exactly.
and check it out yourself. Do your own research, right?
Yeah,
Um,
so basically don't believe everything you hear or see. No, not so much see. Everything you
well, no,
hear.
I think
Yeah,
C
yeah.
too. I think we need to not necessarily believe what we see because it's not as it seems, and also what we hear. Is it
Is it?
someone else's belief or story
Yeah,
or their perception? What's ours?
yeah, yes.
Like, well, what's our
It's
perception
come
of?
back to questioning yourself, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. You want to be the sovereign being,
Yeah.
right? So let's see what mine have to say
Yes,
about because
interesting.
this will be interesting. So for the month of August, what's going on that we need to be aware of? What are the energies moving in? How do we best work with them? And what can the cards show us that is coming up that might be some random thing
Yes.
that we just need
Yeah.
to know about? Okay, the month of August for the year of 2025.
And I know we say it all the time, but this year's just speeding past.
Ah,
I think
what the
it's just getting faster and faster.
it is. It is. Alrighty. You know when you don't stop till it feels right? Like it's
Exactly.
like, what's going on this
Yeah.
morning? It's
Yeah.
taken a bit. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't it? And we're going to talk about that interesting comment in a
Interesting.
minute.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to speak in just something firstly. So we've got 16 cards on the table, right? And there's all of this left, 78 cards in the deck. We've only used 16. And we have, what have we got? 1, 2, 3 that are what Tren had in hers,
Yeah, the same
as
card.
well
Yeah.
as, right? Um, we got the Ace of Pentacles here, and I'll talk about which week that's in a moment. And we have another queen facing it, but a different queen, but they're still facing each other.
Yes,
right?
that was the interesting part.
That's the interesting part, right? So this starts with the King of Swords, followed by Judgment, followed by the Three of Pentacles, followed by the Five of Swords. So this is like the first week of August. And to me, this is asking us to lead into this month with our logic and our reason, to be mindful of those energies around, to be lenient, but to also lead with what's logic here, like what's really like, again, that not believing everything you see or hear. Followed by judgment. Now judgment is, to me, I feel like casting your own judgment and kind of looking at things a little differently, but it's also a bit of a karmic card in a way, because it's the beginning of new. And if I'm going to look at the world stage stuff like here, it's basically saying, I think that I get the word retribution, for whatever that may mean here, but I'm feeling like there may be some of that. And when we're looking at all of that chaotic shit, that is what it is, we need to come back to logic and reason in that, right? Rather than get caught up in the emotional stuff. And what I feel this will do for a lot of people in the first week is actually have them looking at the structure and what they consider to be stable and not stable. And what is it that, how do they want it to be? Like to actually start designing and crafting some things. So I feel like there might be community groups or networks that kind of come together, and it could be organizations too that are reconsidering how they're structured. That's what I'm feeling. There'll be some things definitely that are going to be put down. I think there'll still be a bit of tetchy energy. So you need to pick and choose your battles as to what you're going to carry, what you're not going to carry, how you communicate. Communication is absolutely fucking key, right?
Yes,
so
key.
How do you communicate? What does all of that mean? And just be mindful. Like I think August is sort of having us see what's left, what's left, and who's gone, and who remains, and what do I still hold on to. I feel like it's a bit like that. When we look at the second week, we have this Ace of Pentacles. I think you had it in the second week. Third, was the second week?
Same position, I think.
Okay, cool. Second or third or whatever it was. So here we have this Ace of Pentacles starting, and I feel like we're definitely getting support from somewhere. And this may be around, if I just isolate that as a word, isolate. But look at it from the world stage point of view, this is going to be around resource. So we might be looking at stocks, so the stock market. We might see some things happen in that space, if that makes sense. And again, it's facing this queen, and this is Queen of Cups, right? So the Queen of Cups, very deep person, very creative person. So it might be more about learning new, I think, around that, because that's what's interesting here. I'm going to come back to the beginning of that in a minute, but that's followed by the Page of Cups. So that definitely tells me something new, right? It's the new emotion, the new and to do with children too.
Yes.
We may hear a bit about children, or a bit about that space. There might be some changes in how people work with children, whether that's child safety or children's services, or could be daycare centers, education, something like that. So around that space, this would be really interesting to see.
I think it really is, because especially that's because of what else is coming up and how they're all linking. It's very like almost like maternal in a sense.
Absolutely. So I'm seeing that's what I'm seeing, if like from a world stage perspective. And I feel that will be quite a fruitful exercise to start, right? I think that's a really, really good thing. I think by the third week, I want to say third month for some fucking reason. But anyway, we're supposed to be doing August, so that's what I've got. I feel like we'll be applying, or we'll start to see some of those thoughts and suggestions actually applied, because it's great to have these big think tanks where people get together. but sometimes it's so strategic that no one's held accountable for anything, right? It's just this big pie in the sky crap. So
Yeah.
here it might be where they're actually bedding some stuff
Yeah,
down and
yeah.
going, well, here's our first step, right? So there's some
Exactly.
accountability. And we're coming at this with the approach of, well, what have we learned? Right? Well, what have we learned and how can we apply that? And I'm getting the sense here that some of this is kind of going back to, and I want to say some old ways, but I feel like some solid support from the past, some learnings from the past that say, here's what we've learned because this isn't working, that did work.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's some of that around it. Again, taking a different perspective because that's sitting here, we have the hangman here. And again, the different perspective is on children, right? It's very interesting that it would be
because we've
that
got
way.
the Page of Wands following the Hangman, so it's that youthfulness, isn't it? That
newness. It is a newness. So we actually might start to see some younger leaders, maybe even right, emerging, or starting to just come across the stage and talk about that. The last week looks somewhat confusing because we've got the moon followed by the 9 of Swords, which I'll show you. Right. So that to me is about, not sleeping, worry, concern. We don't know what's coming up. Things are hidden. Things are about to be revealed, all of that. And that might even be around the full moon, right?
Yes.
We start to see some of that followed immediately by these two, right? So we have the 3 of Cups and Temperance. So it's almost like that last week's a bit divided. So I think that's going to depend on what school of thought you're actually following.
Yeah, we can either, like, you can either sit with that fear, or you can sit with the happiness, the joy,
absolutely,
balance.
Absolutely. And if I look at this just now, just as a stack of cards, right, for August rather than world stage stuff, I am feeling like we will, as individuals, that we will be looking at how our lives are structured. Right. And I do feel we're going to be letting go of people and potentially letting go of some old ways of thinking.
I think so.
I really do feel that. I feel that the universe is going to be helping us out in some way. I do feel there's changes around resource, so whether that's new finance is introduced, or whatever that is, that I'm just getting that here, that there's something good happening around this second week, and it may come through a creative stream. So someone has thought outside of the box is what I'm thinking. Now, we may be a little uncomfortable with that at first because it's like being the fish out of water, right? Which is,
and we're always sometimes uncomfortable when newness happens, the change.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a bit like, oh, what's going on? I learned many years ago how to flow with change, and I'm so fucking glad I did because oh my God, I was such a structured and rigid little thing. And now I'm like, okay, group. I can say this today, okay, cool. I can't say it tomorrow, awesome. So a bit like that. And I am seeing some success here, particularly with resources. So there may be quite a few of you, particularly water signs here is what I'm getting, bit oddly. In terms of your finances, you may have some good luck around how you're structuring your finance, or around maybe some of you are getting loans. It's interesting, and I say that because we have this followed by the Queen of Cups, followed by the Page of Cups, followed by, ta-da, whoops,
the
Nine of Pence, right, which is very much success. So that's where I'm getting that information from. And then if I look at the next one, I feel like we might just pause a little bit towards the end and the third week and really be having a look at what it is we've learned along the way, because we have the Hermit here. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is where it's like stop, stop, because there's no movement in that, and might be a bit of stubbornness, can be. I'm not feeling that in this case, but I am just sort of feeling like just stop. There's this bit of reflection going on because we have the Hermit, and the Hermit is like where we are learning to apply the wisdom over the ages, right, that we've learned. So I feel like we are looking at that train lights up. Excuse me. Can't even see what's going on there. Just want to stop that. And I can't even work out how. It's a new bloody phone and I can't even shut it up. Oh, that's because it's this.
That's why it's a different phone.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to
Oh,
get
yeah.
back to that. That's fine. Yeah, it's when you have too many phones. Oh my goodness me, I'm so sorry. How unprofessional. Yeah, so I feel like there's this bit of a pause checking into where we're coming from,
Yeah.
right? What we've learned along
What
the
we've
way.
learnt, yeah.
And learning to change that perception and learning to pause, absolute pause before we dive into our next passion project
Exactly.
is what I would say about that. And that we do lead with passion. This is what I'm feeling. This is going to lead into looking at some of our subconscious things and realizing, I feel, that we've been worrying for nothing.
Yes.
Right? Worrying for nothing, particularly the last week. I want you all to pay attention to that. Whatever's going on in that last week, we don't need to worry about it.
Just let it happen.
Just let it happen. And one of the tells here that I'm looking at is we have the Three of Pentacles, which is the third card in the first row, and we have the Three of Cups, which is the third card in the last row. So something about that number 3 in August, right? And definitely so there's that, right? So that the 3 energy will talk about communication. I think in astrology, it's communication house, I think.
I think so. Or I know 3 is creative, and so it could be, how are you communicating creatively? You're changing how you are communicating, instead of jumping feet first and saying what you need to say. Maybe you're pulling back and going, how do I twist this so I still get my message across, but it's a creative way of getting it across.
Yeah, interesting. I'm just finding it, and because it's like, to me, as above, so below, right? And the as above is, how are you crafting, designing, all of that.
This new life that you're coming into, you're leaving. Well, especially with the 5 of Swords right beside it, you are leaving behind something or some people that just don't work anymore. So you are creating a new life from this point forward.
Interesting, which allows you to celebrate more with the people who are your people, right? It's almost like finding the tribe.
Yes.
And Temperance is very much like patience pays off, right?
Yeah.
Patience pays off. That's what I would say. So
August is going to be interesting, I think.
August is a bit of a mixed bag. Like the books, it'll be interesting to see what, the astrologers put out and what, some of the other energy people put out. But this is what we're kind of saying is literally on the cards, so to speak.
It almost feels like, because we've been saying like the last couple of months have been quite a shit show, but it seems like the August, the dregs are just, we're getting rid of the dregs kind of thing.
To me, August feels a bit more processy, structured. It feels like, June, July was very much about the shake up, move things. And to me, it's like the dust is kind of starting to settle. Now we're going to have a look and go, okay, what
have we left behind, and what are we about to move into?
Yeah, it just feels a little bit different. Yeah.
Bit of a transition month, I think.
Yeah, like June and July were the wake up, shake up, transition part. And this, I feel, is where we actually are doing the do, but we're thinking about what we're doing before we're doing it. Like, does that make sense? Look, I hope that you've enjoyed that.
Yes, it's been good. I quite enjoy the monthly energy ones.
We've had a bit of fun with it, as we do. So,
so we will, if we don't see you within the month, we'll see you next month.
We will. We definitely will. So big love from our heart to yours. And thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and getting us out there so that we can share what we love to do.
Exactly. So thank you again.
This is Tarot Dealers.
Right.